Burnham sounds desperate to me. I think Andy Burnham sounds a bit desperate in his campaign video. I'm not going to play you all 4 minutes because it's so cringy, it's unreal. But here's a snapshot of what he was on about.
It was growing up in and around these streets that I saw what Thatcher's government did to places like this, the deindustrialisation, the draining away of economic, social and political power. It left places like Makerfield behind, and Britain has been on that path for the last 40 years, and it was the sense of injustice I got about the way this country is run that took me towards politics.
Why is it these people in the Labour Party always want to fight yesterday's battles when Thatcher hasn't been in office since 1990? And although she got some things wrong, she achieved more economic growth than all the other Labour governments that have gone in the past and since combined. And many of those houses around him, and in Makerfield and Wigan and many other places, gave people the opportunity with her right to buy scheme to actually own their own homes, something that many people could never have dreamed of without that scheme. Now, Andrew Neil tackled Burnham on this, and Burnham put a tweet out in response. You need to get out of London, Andrew. You've clearly got no idea how much people are struggling, and yes, a lot of it can be traced back to Margaret Thatcher. Now, Wigan as a seat, as a constituency, has changed. So has Makerfield. The boundaries are always shifting. But do you know how long Labour have controlled the area? Since the 1918 general election, and Burnham is calling the place a shithole. Andrew Neil rightly pointed out, this isn't an area that you could point to as, people living in squalor or deprivation. These are just normal middle class people, but as usual, Labour want to tell people that you're living in a shithole. A place that has been controlled by Labour, as I just said, for 108 years. This is the point I always make about places like Liverpool. Their MPs complain that Liverpool, parts of it are a dump. Yeah, they are. And you've controlled it for a hell of a long time. And what have you done to improve those areas? The square root of absolutely nothing. Labour do nothing for nobody. They don't want people to get educated. They don't want people to get on in the world. Because that means they'll stop voting Labour because they'll realise how bad they are for their own personal circumstances and standard of living.